In this episode of AVTN, we'll recap another successful weekend at contests for the junior high concert band and high school FFA. Plus, we'll take a look at the latest scores and highlights. We'll take a quick look at your 7-day forecast, all ahead on AVTN. Thanks for tuning in to AVTN. I'm Jenna Schonk.
And I'm Kylie Seahoss. 2014 continues to be a successful year, this time for the junior high. This past weekend, Director of the Junior High Bands, Mr. Smith, took the 7th and 8th grade bands to the Adventureland Drake University Festivals of Bands at Adventureland Theme Park, where the group competed against other junior high bands from across Iowa. In the medium-sized schools Division II, the Independence Junior High Band took best-in-class first place in the contest.
I was really proud of the students. They did a great job, and they handled themselves very well. A lot of the other school directors and parents and of course park officials were very impressed with not only how the students from Independence sounded, but also how they handled themselves in the amusement park.
Following their award-winning performance, students in the band enjoyed an afternoon of fun at the park.
As the first year in the new junior-senior high school comes to a close, the district is once again continuing to look forward. In an effort to further develop the unified campus, district officials recently approved the building of a new district bus garage and transportation center to be built on the northwest corner of the current 92 acres. The project is set to break ground later this spring.
Recently, upperclassmen at the high school enjoyed a weekend of fun with this year's prom weekend. Students had the opportunity to take part in the annual prom parade this year in the new auditorium, followed by the dance this year held at the Henderson Event Center in Independence, where students danced away the night. Following the dance, students looking to continue the party on into the late night hours returned to the new junior-senior high school, where the post-prom committee held the traditional post-prom activities, including a mind illusionist, games, and prizes such as mini fridges, microwaves, and even a tablet. This year's theme was The Great Gatsby.
This past month, the FFA Independence chapter sent delegates to the State of Iowa FFA Convention, where teams competed in ag communications and ag sales. The ag sales team received silver rating in competition against 50 other teams, and the ag communications team placed second overall in the state and first in the team presentation portion of the contest. Congratulations to the entire FFA program for a strong representation this first year back in Independence Community School District. If you would like to learn more about the Independence chapter of FFA or become involved either as a student, community volunteer, or a donor, contact FFA sponsors Miss Emig here at the Junior-Senior High School.
Some more exciting changes are coming to the Independence Community School District in the form of some new green.
That's right, Kylie. Joining us in the studio now is Rachel DeBoer with more.
And Kylie, the school district will in fact be seeing the addition of some new green in the form of some remodels to our current football stadium. The Independence Lyle Linbaugh football field was built in the late 90s along with the current track and press box. But after more than a decade of hard work to maintain the field grass, some changes are coming. The Independence Community School District School Board approved a project working with the Mustang Foundation to turn our current grass field into an all-weather turf field.
Field turf decision was made because when we moved from the old building to the new building, selling the property over at the old building included the soccer field. So next year we wouldn't have had any place to play soccer. So using the funds that it would have taken to build a soccer field, combining them with the need for field turf and green practice space, the decision to go with field turf was pretty easy.
We're very excited about the field turf project. It benefits the school tremendously, not only the football program, but everything else, including soccer, band, PE, community events, that kind of thing. Specifically for our football field, what that helps us out a lot with is practice. We get a great surface to practice on every single day. We have permanent lines out there, so no matter what happens, we get to use that. It's a big safety thing for us as well. Just to have a nice surface that drains properly, and we don't have to play in mud all the time and that kind of deal. But again, very excited about that, and just to be able to have that to use 12 months out of the year for everyone around the community. I think it's going to do a lot of great things for our school and just allow a lot better use of that facility than just the one sport access that we're getting right now out of it.
A project start date has not yet been announced, but officials behind the project hope to see the project get underway this month and be completed by late July of this year. A big reason for the push to upgrade the football field is the financial savings that turf field can provide. The annual savings will help the school save nearly $40,000 a year on maintenance used to cover replacement of topsoil, grass seed, water, and other supplies. Reporting from AVTN Studios, I'm Rachel DeBoer. Jenna and Kylie, back to you.
Thanks, Rachel. At this time, the school district has opened the project to bids, but has yet to announce a contractor or final cost of this project. The Mustang Foundation is supporting this as one of their major 2014 projects. For more information on this and other long-range plan projects, visit the Mustang Foundation's website at www.indymustangsfoundation.com.
Coming up, we'll take a look into the latest in your sports scores and headlines. We'll get the lowdown on some changes coming this fall to the football district, find out who Mustang fans can expect to see on the field, and later we'll take a look at your AVTN Weather Vision 7-day forecast, all ahead on AVTN.
What does it mean to be maroon and white? What does it mean to be a Mustang? Pride, determination, and a unified support of all things Mustang. Support the 3 A's of Mustang excellence: arts, athletics, and academics. Success in all areas and a drive to be competitive is who we are. We are the Mustangs. Support the maroon and white in school and around town by showing your Mustang pride each and every day. This message is brought to you by AVTN and the Independence AV Tech Club.
In sports, the spring athletics season rolls on with Mother Nature finally getting out of the way. By the end of last week, the rain had moved out, allowing for most of the Mustang athletes to get back on the courts and fields for gameplay. Heading out to what is slated to be the last season at the Hold Independence High School, in boys tennis, the Mustang men took the courts for a busy last weekend with 3 different matches. This past Friday, the Mustangs took on Applington Parkersburg, where the Mustangs came up short with AP serving up a shutout. Final score was 0-9. The next day, the team hit the road, taking on the Huskies of O-Line, where the team found individual wins with Tristan Dilly, Cole Turner, and Zach Kurt. The Mustangs, however, came up short with the final score 2-7. Rounding out the latest in boys tennis, the Mustangs continued on into the Wamak District meet, where the team placed third. In Mustang soccer, the boys soccer squad took the field Friday at home against the Benton Community Bobcats, in what was about the only event to be held with last week's rain. The boys came out strong on the field through all aspects of the game, with the final score Mustangs 5, Bobcats 1. Following the home win, the Mustangs stayed home to face the Vinton-Shellsburg Vikings, where, again, the homestand continued with a solid performance by the Mustang men, getting a blowout victory 6-1. With the 2 recent home wins, the boys soccer team moves up to a 5-7 record on the season. Girls soccer continues to roll with this great start to the season. After jumping out to an early season 5-1 record, the girls team has continued to seek success by taking on the Benton Community Bobcats. On the road, the girls team has been playing tough to defend their 2A number 15 ranking. In this match, the team produced another win with the final over Benton 2-1. The women then went on to face the Hudson Pirates, where the road wins kept coming with the final in Monday night's game, Mustangs 4, Pirates 2. This brings the women's record to 7-2. Some changes are coming this fall to the Independence football schedule. The Iowa High School Athletic Association oversees the state's 8 football districts for Class 3A, and every 2 years goes through a redistricting process. What this means for Independence football fans is a similar yet different cast of teams to face this fall and in 2015.
Our district changed slightly from last year. There's a lot of the same teams in it, but there's a few new ones that we got as well. We picked up Charles City, we picked up Waverly Shell Rock. So those are definitely 2 teams coming in that gives us a new challenge. Waverly should be a nice tough team coming in. I know they had a good season last year. I know we've put together some good ball clubs out of that. I would say the leaders in our district, once again, West Delaware returns a lot of kids. They've been very sound group last year. Again, most of those guys return from that point. Decorah will always be tough. They just produce great kids all the time. They're real hard on those types of kids. But I would pick West Delaware, Decorah, Waverly as 1, 2, 3. Right now, as far as being favorites coming into the year. If you look at our program, I think we're a program on the rise. I think we played a lot of young kids last year, a lot of experienced kids. We definitely hope to be right in the talk there as well. But again, we got a long ways to go to be able to be mentioned to those schools, but that's what our driving force is, and we're going to get ourselves to that point.
And there are some tough opponents on the schedule. The 2014 and 2015 schedules both include non-conference opponents Waterloo Columbus and the new schedule opponent North Fayette Valley. In district play for 2014 and 2015, the Mustangs will again face off against Decorah, Crestwood, Vinton-Shellsburg, and West Delaware. New to the district play for 2014 and 2015 include Charles City, Waverly Shell Rock, and Maquoketa. The Mustangs open the 2014 season on the road August 28th against the Waterloo Columbus Sailors. The first home game is scheduled for Week 2 when Mustangs will face off against Class 2A North Fayette Valley. As we wrap up sports this week, here's a look at the Mustang Nation scoreboard. We'll be right back.
What can being a Mustang do for you? Let's start from the top. Being a Mustang will give you the chance to learn from some of the state's best teachers at all levels, kindergarten through high school. Being a Mustang will allow you the chance to become involved and hands-on with our state award-winning arts, athletics, plus our non-competitive activities groups. Being a Mustang will allow you to study, achieve, and grow into the person you want to be. Will you be a Mustang? For more information on the Mustang Way, visit the school's website at www.independence.k12.ia.us. Independence Community Schools. Start here, succeed anywhere.
Taking a look into community, local, and state news. A hot-button issue for environmentalists has made its way to Buchanan County. The Alameda County protesters have recently showed a documentary on mining for fracked sand around the Mississippi River on May 6th. The program was hosted by Sustainable Independence here at Independence Junior-Senior High School. If fracked sand mining is a new term to you, you're not alone. Fracked sand mining is a new and highly controversial form of mining for natural gas and petroleum products. Proponents of this process say that using this form of drilling will allow the U.S. to become more energy self-sufficient, but opponents ask at what cost the U.S. will become self-sufficient. So far, opponents in Wisconsin have formed groups like Iowa's the Alameda County Protectors in an effort to help defend the wildlife, environment, and natural beauty of the Tri-States River Valley. This Saturday, the United States Post Office, including the Independence Post Office, will host its annual food drive, otherwise known as the Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. You can also help in a number of ways, either by coming down or helping with sorting out food at the food pantry, helping to pick up the food with the Boy Scouts and letter carriers, or just by leaving something outside of your home. It's very simple to donate. Simply leave a bag of donations under or around your mailbox, and a Boy Scout or a postal worker will pick it up and drop it off at the pantry on Saturday the 10th. If you have any questions about the event, feel free to contact your local post office, the Independence Food Pantry, or the Postal Service online at www.usps.com.
In community news, a local group continues to do good for those in need in the Buchanan County area. Mia's mission was born out of a heart for the struggling single parent and anyone in need. The group, located in Independence, has been collecting donations for the past few years and has helped well over 3,500 people. You can help continue the great work of the mission by donating. Your donations will help to supply items for immediate needs. The mission accepts gently used seasonal clothing of all sizes, baby items, toys, household and kitchen items, and it is located at the Cornerstone Church. The American Lung Association Iowa chapter recently released the State of Air Report. The 2014 report has a good news for Iowans, revealing that across the state, air pollution levels are down, with cities close like Waterloo and our closest area ranking as one of the cleanest in Iowa. The Davenport Quad Cities area ranked near the worst for air pollution. Experts caution that while most don't feel the daily effects of poor air quality, overall air pollution puts the entire public at a greater risk for health problems later in life, as it has been linked to higher risk for cancers and other health illnesses.
Expanding our view to world news, wildfires across north central and western Oklahoma continue to burn early this week as severe and exceptional drought conditions continue to plague the state, burning through dried vegetation and homes while endangering the town of Guthrie, Oklahoma. Relating to the drought conditions in the West, this week the White House released a new 1,300-page report on the issue of climate change. The report is the second installment of a scientific study to follow the impacts of a warming climate. The report takes the stance that there is no doubt that human activity is warming our climate, leading to more frequent extreme weather events such as major floods, severe weather outbreaks, and severe droughts.
Before we wrap up this week's show, we turn now to Rachel DeBoer with a look at your weather forecast.
Highs late this week will continue to be in the 70s, following some midweek 80s, though will remain unsettled with chances for the occasional wave of rain showers through this weekend, but nothing as strong or severe as what areas of the Midwest saw this past week. By early next week, look for seasonal temperatures in the 60s to continue and lows at night in the low to mid-40s. That's a look at your AVTN Weather Vision 7-day forecast. Back to you, Jenna and Kylie.
And with that, we want to thank each and every one of you for watching this episode of AVTN. Make sure to keep up to date with the latest here at AVTN by following the Independence Mustangs AV Tech Club on Facebook or Twitter, or by visiting the Independence Community School District's website and find AV Tech News under the Activities tab.
As always, this newscast is a production of the students here at Independence Junior-Senior High School. You've been watching AVTN,
All Things Mustangs.
Have a great day.